All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show. John Gray here with Coach Olive after another exciting trip to Franklin County, Coach.
I'm just very grateful that it's exciting and that we are the happy end of the excitement. You know, you and I were talking a little bit earlier before we went on air that I can't remember back to 05, that's too long ago, but in 07, Derek Lawson catches a post route for a 60-something yard touchdown pass, inside a minute to go in the game for us to win. 09, we're down by two scores, late in the fourth quarter. We score, Charlie Hickerson makes an onside kick, we recover it. We go score again, tie it up, send it to overtime. We win in overtime when their kicker misses a PAT, I guess double overtime.
Right.
And then last night, we're down 17-14, and our special teams make a big play when their punter struggles at getting the ball punted.
Right.
And we take over, drive it down, and sitting with a fourth down situation, and tried to draw them off sides, get an easy first down, and we run out of time, so we call timeout. We come back out with our play, but we're going to run it on a hard count and try to pull them off sides. Again, if they're willing to give us a first down, we're willing to take it. And we jump off, and we did draw off their defensive end, but we had another lineman move, and so we get a 5-yard penalty, and Joseph Burke has to come out and hit a field goal to send us to overtime. And then in overtime, it comes down to Franklin County going for a 2-point conversion, which I told Coach Carr last night after the game that I admired him for his courage to make that call, that I thought it was the correct call. And I remember that as they're lining up, I took my headsets off, turned them off because I knew this is the ball game one way or the other. And I'm sitting there telling myself, you know, it's been a great game. Your kids have fought hard. Franklin Counties have fought hard. And it's going to come down to this one play, and you're hoping that you come out on the happy end of it. But I thought it was a great football game.
It was a fine football game, folks, and I mean, it very, very, very exciting. And there was posting on the internet last night when I got back in. One of the questions was, who was the kid who made the hit on the goal line to win that ball game? And at that point, I didn't know who it was, and I posted back, that was no kid, that was a man that did that.
They are young men.
So we're mighty proud of our young men, too. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we will be back with the Tullahoma Wildcat and Franklin County football game 2011, another barn burner, folks, so hang around.
Since 1917, Builder Supply has been the place to go for all your building materials. It's where the contractors have shopped for years. Builder Supply has quality gray seal paint, Caradco, Peachtree, and Anderson windows and doors, vinyl replacement windows, General Shale brick, Lone Star masonry cement products, and Tamco roofing. Also, experienced salespeople are there to help you find the right products for your job. When you're ready to build, whether large or small, think Builder Supply.
It's football time in Tennessee. Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family, where we're ready for another great season. The name you've trusted for over 30 years and home of the million-mile warranty. Stop by one of our 4 locations and catch that next great deal. Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Chevrolet GMC, Ford and Mercury in Winchester, and Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma. My question is, why buy anywhere else?
Unlike all the rest, the Bank of Tullahoma will provide you with a different banking experience. We offer accounts that make banking simple and hassle-free with all the conveniences you want and need most. At Bank of Tullahoma, you can expect outstanding service from friends you know and trust. Call the Bank of Tullahoma, 931-393-2265, and experience the bank that is unlike all the rest.
Our captains last night, number 43, David Young, who we felt like had had a couple of great weeks of practice here, getting better and better each week. Number 28, Montrell Berry. Number 64, Luke Frederick. And number 32, Cody Farr. And we're going to lose the toss. Franklin County's going to get the toss right here, and they will choose to receive. There's a breeze blowing, but it's not a consistent breeze, so we made a decision ahead of time to defend the scoreboard if we lost coin toss, and we're going to have to kick off. So even though we're going to be kicking into the breeze, that breeze is very inconsistent at that moment in time.
Well, it was a good night weather-wise for football last night. It was clear and, like you say, a little bit of breeze blowing, a little bit of chill in the air, but not so much that it was uncomfortable. Great night to be in the stands or on the field.
Thought it was just classic Southern Middle Tennessee football. Great evening, and we had a really good crowd there. There was a lot of excitement in that atmosphere, and we kick off to them. David Young makes the tackle there. Our kickoff team playing much better. They open up, running Nunley, and thought he was going to spring out of there on the first play. Ryan Lawson finally making the tackle there as he went through several tackles. They come back running Wells the other direction. Cody Farr on the tackle. And they're running the true wing T offense. So you see a lot of repetitions of the plays over and over and over. And you're going to see them eventually settle into a two-tight double wing set, and that's what they'll run the vast majority of the ball game. 3rd down 1 right here, and our defense sets our offense up right here, right off the bat, as a good defensive play there. Down 1. And they're going to go for it at their own 40-yard line, and great job by the defense. Joseph London there and Luke Frederick. We take over at their 39, and boy, we just fizzle. We don't do what we need to do. We open up right here, and we're way out of sync. Nobody's running what they were supposed to run right there. I don't know how we got so confused, but we did.
That was a play you didn't even know you had.
Didn't even know we had it. We had multiple plays being run at one time. Come back and try to hit Shaquille Harris, so it's 3rd and 10. And we weren't sure that they would spread the field with us. Against Greenville, they didn't spread the field at all, but we felt like it was important that we try to take advantage of it if they didn't, and also it was important to get them to spread the field. Joseph Burke gets the low snap and punts the ball down to the 20-yard line.
So that good field position just sort of went away.
It just fizzled. We didn't take advantage of it at all. There's the slice play or double handoff or reverse, different names for it.
Great tackle by Shaquille.
Shaquille Harris makes the tackle there. And Ryan Lawson and Sam Epley there making the play. But their whole offense is designed to just get
Cody Farr
2 or 3 yards at a time. And defense again holds them, got them into a punt situation. And Alan Starks almost gets that one, and he is going to get one here later on in this ball game. we're still in empty. We came in with a game plan. We're trying to stick with it right here. We hit Zane Price there on the sideline, and we pick up about 8 yards on the play. We're going to come back right here and try to run Trey Burks around the corner there, and we're able to get a couple more yards. And we're in a no-huddle situation. We try to draw them off sides right there, and Franklin County sits, and probably on a final exam week, we're probably trying to do too much. And try to hit the slant route there, and they do a good job of defending it. And we're going to come back and try to hit Austin Creasman over here, kind of on a little out route, a one-on-one route, and not able to hang on to the football. So we're in a long yardage situation now. And we run out of time there on the play clock. Jared does a great job calling timeout. Here we come with a play. We're going to hit a little swing screen back over there to Trey, and we're going to get called for blocking in the back. And so that backs us way up. We're going to come back, and we're going to throw it to Shaquille Harris here and pick the first down up. As Jared's on scramble to his right and then finds Shaquille. And Shaquille gets it down there to the 39-yard line again. That seems to be as far as we can go in this first quarter. Seems to be an invisible wall right there.
Right there.
We come right back, and you know how we ended up with 3 receivers standing side by side. I've got no idea, but we do. And so we throw a pick, and Franklin County's going to take over, and this time they're going to make us pay. They're going to get some momentum going their way. Marcus White there on the tackle.
Maybe those guys were comparing notes on a math test, Coach.
I don't know. I just know that we don't have a route design with 3 white jerseys standing next to each other. And Ryan Lawson there on the tackle. Makes it 3rd down and about 4. And here comes Mr. Nunley, and shakes off the first tackler and gets the first down.
He does a good job at shaking off the first.
He's a very good high school running back. Very good. And there he goes again. He does a great job picking and weaving, finding his holes. And little sophomore, I believe, right there, number 2. And he played a little bit more against us than I thought he might. Here comes Mr. Nunley back again, and Cody Farr makes the tackle along with Zane Price. And a good job there. Luke Frederick. I thought Luke played a pretty good football game at defensive tackle. End of the first quarter, and the quarters go by fast because they are a run team.
Football.
And so 0-0. They flip field position on us. Offensively, we're sitting over there scratching our heads saying, okay, we've practiced something all week, but maybe it's time for us to put it on the shelf and see if we can't settle our young men down.
Get back to what we know.
Then there's from a defensive standpoint, they're beginning to go more toward that balanced set. And that'll create some problems for us to make some adjustments to later on.
So a lot of football left. Hey, we want to thank the Gerwies and Mid-South Distributing right here for our water. This is White Quartz water. You go out and get you some. It's good stuff. When you need to hydrate and don't know what to do, get a bottle of Q. Jump right in there. See that Q on there? That means white quartz. That means it is good. So you go out and get you some of that. Excuse me. And we want to thank Rick Gerwe and his whole staff and group over there for what they do for the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show, for our football team, and for our community throughout the year. And I also want to tell you that you need to go by and see the folks, if you need them, at Apex Restoration. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. And that is Greg Driver and Chuck Lynch, and they take care of all of your restoration needs, your building needs. If you have problems, they're hooked up with a group called DKI, which is North America's largest property damage restoration contracting organization. That's a mouthful, Coach.
That is. I'm glad you're having to say it.
And their emergency response line is 866-461-5508, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You can get those folks. And some of the things they do, they take care of emergency services, water damage mitigation, mold remediation and environmental services, smoke and fire damage, contents restoration, complete reconstruction, and catastrophe response. So when there is a big problem with your home or some of your property, you have water damage, you have a fire, a big storm comes through and blows a tree down on your house, these are the people who are qualified to take care of this for you. They are nationally certified and qualified to take care of these things for you. So call Greg or Chuck at 866-461-5508. That is Apex Restoration right here in Tullahoma, Tennessee. We'll be right back after another message or two.
The highest standard of integrity delivers stability and honor. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of integrity in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
It's our famous summer clearance event going on right now at Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tullahoma. Check out our great selection, great savings, and great values. For example, this 2011 Dodge Caliber Main Street Edition with Stan's discount and rebates, it's only $17,370. Or this beautiful 2011 Chrysler 200 Touring for only $18,995 with Stan's discount and rebates. All more at Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram summer clearance event going on right now in Tullahoma.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's News Leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's news, get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Fourth down and about 4, and they're going to throw what's called a waggle right here, and number 7's going to be wide open. We're not reading our keys. He's going to run right by us. And
he's a big old boy too, Coach.
He is. He's a 6'3" or so, and we've got a safety in a corner that should have been reading their keys better, and we didn't. And so we paid and gave them 7 points right there. They earned it. Good play call, good execution by them, bad by us. Kickoff to Zane Price there, and we're going to take over at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't use that big old boy anymore in that ball game than they did.
Well, they tried a couple more times. It just wasn't there like it was that time. The last play of the game, you'll see, and he's wide open too. I really thought Marcus White's what keeps the quarterback from throwing it to him. Jared Davis keeps the ball there on the read.
Picks up about, what, 20 yards?
A little bit over 20, and right at 20. We come back, hit Austin Creasman, pick up another first down. And Jared keeps the ball on the read again and picks up about 5.
They've gotten to where they do that real well, Coach.
Come back, we're gonna hit Trey Burks right here. Good blocking out in front of him there by Shaquille Harris and by Austin Kreisman. And it leaves us a short yardage situation. We run a quarterback sneak, and Jared Davis picks up another 6 or 7 yards there. We're gonna come back right here and run a quick pitch to Trey Burks, and we're gonna score a touchdown. Good block there by Tim Lemons makes a big block there. Alan Kreisman and Alan Starks and Dalton Cox there sealing the corner up for us. Joseph Burke on and puts it through, and we have tied it back up 7-7 in really less than 3 minutes there. So it was good finally to see the offense get off. We're kicking off from Franklin County 45 because they had a personal foul call after the touchdown there. And
that one went through the uprights, Coach.
Yes, it did. He's got a pretty strong leg, and plus the breeze was blowing pretty good too. Franklin County takes back over, and you see now they've gone to the 2 tight end double wing set. And good job there, Sam Epley, Cody Farr. And then there goes Mr. Nunley off to the races, and number 40, Dalton Cox, is going to run him down. You can see that Dalton's outrunning one of our corners there. So we've let them get down the field there and get themselves right back in scoring position, and that was maybe the longest run we've given up this year. And I'm just glad to see Dalton chase him down and let us line up and try to play again, because you never know what will happen on that next snap.
Right.
So we find ourselves falling behind less than 2 minutes later. And again, they're going to kick off, and if I remember right, it's this time Trey Burks will get it. It'll be right over Zane's head, and Trey will come up and catch it. And got us bottled in pretty good right there, and we'll take back over the 35-yard line. We open up trying to run Montrell Berry. And Jared faked me out and kept it on the option there.
Bob Lamoria kept up with him, though.
Bob Lamoria is good. We pick up about 4, and we're going to try to hit Zane Price out here, and we do, and pick up good yardage.
Good.
They're going to call holding, though, on one of our wide receivers, and so instead of us getting a first down, it's going to come back and be 2nd down and 8 or 9.
A nifty little move he put on that guy.
Zane's a great competitor, and this is Montrell Berry running it up the middle there and picking up about 5. Leaves us 3rd and short. And, you know, came back. Basically the same play, it was there, and just got to know you down and distance. You can't go sideways. You know, Montrell like to have that one back. He does a good job of choosing most of the time when to bounce it, but it leaves us with a 4th down, and we have to punt the ball back to him, and Joseph Burke will punt it, and we're on down that ball at about the 21 or 22-yard line. And there comes Mr. Nunley, busting it out there. And they had a penalty, though, that backs them back up instead of them having close to a 1st down. And then they fumble the football, and we're not able to get it. So make it 2nd down and long. And here comes your double handoff reverse, and Will Sharpton there, along with a host of Wildcats. 3rd and long. This is not a situation they like to be in. They'll run a draw play, and Cody Farr and Dalton Cox will make the tackle, and we've held them. It's 4th down, and Alan Starks is going to end up getting a hand on this punt right here, if I remember right. And there he goes, and he gets those big long arms up, and he blocks it. I don't know how many punts he's blocked in his career, but he has blocked several now. And sets the offense up in great field position as Marcus White picks it up and runs it down to the 21-yard line.
Time to score.
Give the ball to Montrell there, and he makes 5 good hard yards. We're going to come back and run an option here. Jared's going to keep it, and he's going to turn it up in there and make 3 or 4 more yards. We've got a 3rd and short on. And Montrell's going to take it, and he's going to bend it back to the outside right here and turns on Jets there and gets in the end zone. And so we are got a chance to tie it all back up with this PAT. And Jared Davis puts it down with a snap from Will Sharpton, and Joseph Burke puts it through, and it's 14-14. Minute to go before halftime.
Joseph was just perfect last night, wasn't he?
He was. That was a good night to be that.
Yes, very.
Joseph puts that one into the end zone, so we're giving them the long field. I'm telling you, we have won the field position battle, and we're still tied up. Will Sharpton makes the play there. If I could figure out that formula that got our defensive tackles to come through, get off the blockers and come through and make those hits behind the line of scrimmage, we'll keep calling that. And here I thought we had gotten a fumble with 17 seconds to go, but they ruled that Franklin County had gotten it back, and so the clock runs out, and we go in at halftime 14-14.
Just like a brand new day.
That it
Second
is.
half out, brand new ball game, 0-0.
That's correct.
And hard fought, and you know, I want to ask Dalton back there. Dalton's sitting in the back of the room back there. Just how fast are you, son?
Not sure.
Fast enough? He's smiling real big. He ran Mr. Nunley down last night. Caught him from behind. Turned the Jets on. Yeah, we're proud of each and every one of our young men for what they do. The time that they and their families put into being part of this football program. Someone else that I think we need to say thank you to very much, I know we don't say it enough, and that is our coaching staff, our assistant coaches, and particularly their wives and families for the sacrifice they make and the dedication that they have for the Tullahoma Wildcat football program. Ladies, thank you very much for standing behind your men during football season, because we know it's tough, and we know also, you know, when there's a bad ball game, the wives get a little bit of prodding every now and then too, and we're proud of you for having tough Tullahoma Wildcat hide on you as well. Now, you know, just like that ball game last night, you know, sometimes the clock gets to ticking and you don't know which way it's going to go, if it's going to go your way or the other way. But if your team's ahead, stay in control of the game. How do you do that? You need an option offense. It's time for the Ascend option, giving your kids access to a youth account from Ascend Federal Credit Union. This gives them financial options. It's never too early to learn how to spend or save your money wisely. And a Discover, Venture, or Go Youth account from Ascend Federal Credit Union can help. For more information, visit ascendfcu.org or call 800-342-3086. Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising possibilities. Ascend is federally insured by the NCUA, and membership is limited, and you need to take your kids out there and let them and teach them, because most of us don't teach our children enough about finances until they go away to school and they haven't got a clue. So be proactive on that. And thank you, Ascend, for being involved. And thank you, Mr. Cheryl over at Cheryl Pest Control. You got rats, gnats, cats, bats, whatever you've got and you need to get rid of. Call Cheryl at 728-4290. Vernon and Kevin or one of their friendly staff will come take care of you. They are located halfway between Tullahoma and Manchester on the right or left-hand side, depending on which direction you're coming from. They have been in this business probably longer than anybody else around here doing this, and they will service you when you need them. Contractors, remember, if you have to pre-spray your slabs and your foundations and footers, these guys will get out there and get it done for you. So you give Mr. Vernon Cheryl a call at Cheryl Pest Control, 728-4290, and it's just about Halloween time. If you got a bat problem, give them a call. They'll take care of it. Thank you very much, folks. We'll be right back after a couple more messages here.
Morning Point Assisted Living Residence is not a home, it's simply home for many seniors who just need a little help now and then. Morning Point offers private apartments for your independence. Come and go with the comfort of knowing that Morning Point is always there with qualified healthcare professionals to assist with medications, transportation, and your well-being. Enjoy restaurant-style dining at every meal. Choose participation from a wide variety of activities. Families take comfort in knowing their loved one lives in a safe place with all the benefits of home, plus a little assistance. Morning Point. Life continued.
Mother Nature can be a tad unpredictable. That kind of disposition doesn't sit well with a train. Its forecast is as rock solid as solid rock. Nothing but perfect temps house-wide.
Buy a qualifying train system between August 16th and October 31st and get up to a $1,000 instant rebate. Also ask us about train financing. You may qualify for up to $500 in tax credits. Call Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration at 931-455-8757 for complete program eligibility, details, and restrictions.
It's hard to stop a train.
To be a star athlete, you have to use the right equipment. Anything short of that is, well, ineffective. Make Top Rehab the best tool in your bag, especially after you've had a sports-related injury. Yes, you may get tired. Yes, you may get uncomfortable. But when the final rehab whistle blows, you get results. Top Rehab, the right equipment for your star athletes.
Cutting Edge Outdoors is for the everyday hunter.
No huge Midwest or fancy game farms on this show.
They got mud in their veins, grit in their jaw.
For local boys hunting local farms just like you.
Cutting Edge.
This is Cutting Edge Outdoors. Ain't nothing safe.
Ain't nothing safe.
Pedal to the metal, boy, it's open season.
like monitors, maybe we can plug that wire in, maybe it's there, I don't know. Oh yeah.
Traders Bank?
The convenience of 5 locations near you.
2695 Deckard Boulevard, Winchester. 1207 Hillsborough Boulevard, Manchester. 1602 North Main Street, Shelbyville. 412 West Lincoln Street, Tullahoma. 120 North Jackson Street, Tullahoma. Why Traders Bank?
The service of 61 friendly, knowledgeable employees meeting your banking needs.
We're Traders Bank in Winchester. Come see us. We're Traders Bank in Manchester. Come see us. We're Traders Bank in Shelbyville. Come see us.
We're Traders Bank on West Lincoln Street in Tullahoma. Come see us.
We're Traders Bank. Come see us.
Why Traders Bank?
The stability of 122 years, locally owned and operated, banking under the same name.
Traders Bank.
Why Traders Bank? Because you're welcome here.
Traders Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Ken Huddleston, and this is KK's Music Loans and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston, and this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
A 1-carat round diamond mounted in a beautiful 18-carat white gold filigree ring. Winchester's first semi-automatic shotgun, nicknamed the Headbuster.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music Loans and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and we own Thompson Ford in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Lori and I bought the dealership back. It's on Highway 55. Same dealership that we had for 10 years. Look forward to serving you for another 10. Thank you to the community. Thank you for allowing us to be here for the last 15 years. Thank you for having us raise our family here.
Thank you for all your support.
It's been a great place. It's a great place to live. Look forward to living here. Put me in the ground here. I'd be proud to do it. God bless America and God bless Tennessee.
Be our choice this time, and we will choose to receive the kickoff. You know, we've been pretty good about starting halves, both first and second half. We've been a pretty good outfit offensively
so far,
and we don't on this night. You know, we open up the ball game at their 39-yard line and don't do anything with it, and we're going to get this kickoff and actually be in good field position, and we're not going to do anything with it either. And it was just one of those nights where
we just never really seem to get in the flow.
No, and you're not going to get the ball very often. You know, they eat up time, big time. We open up at 33-yard line. And we're going to throw the bubble screen here, and we can't complete it there. We can't pitch and catch. Zane Price. And we're going to come back and run a trap here, and if we get up inside the trap right there, we got to play. But Trey bounced it, and now we don't have a play, and just not going in the direction you got to go in to score. And come back right here, and we don't get a defensive end blocked, and Jared takes off with it as we had a quarterback draw on there, and just trying to get some of the yardage back before we punt it back to them. And this time Joseph hits a really good punt, and we get a great roll, and again we've got them backed up way deep on their end of the field.
Our kicking game was great last night.
They open up running Nunley, and he picks up about 5, but there's a face mask penalty there, and so they get another 15, and here they come back down into our territory. Marcus White there on the tackle. And you're going to see them run the same play over and over and over here, probably 7 or 8 times, as they keep chewing up clock and chewing up ground. And again, Marcus White on the tackle. And here they come again. You can watch the front side guard. He's pulling and trying to kick. See him pull. There, takedown. And Alan Starks, Marcus White, Zane Price on the tackle.
But it's still 3 or 4 yards at a chunk.
It is.
And you hit that kid straight up, he just keeps going.
3rd and short right here.
Need a play.
And they have found a matchup that they like, and they just keep hammering it. Need somebody to break through and make a tackle. Alan Starks again on the tackle. And I think actually this time they actually go to the left with the same play. And Tim Lemon makes the stop.
Tim did a good job last night.
And they get a penalty right there. You saw it earlier when it lined up perfectly with the camera. Their tackle was really close to being offsides, and he lined up in the neutral zone. Cody Farr, Alan Starks, big play. Got him in a 2nd and long. Double handoff, and Zane Price was the first one that, or no, it was Sam Epley was the first one that got his arms on his legs to trip him up. So now it's 3rd and long. And here comes the sweep, and Zane Price makes that play, along with Joseph London and a host of Wildcats. And so hold them to a field goal attempt. And their kicker, Roten, comes in and splits the uprights. So
well, we were close to getting to him all night, too.
Well,
maybe we weren't, but it looks like you're like inches away from it.
We lost Shaquille Harris there in the 1st quarter, and he and Marcus White have been the 2 guys that have been able to put pressure on and block some kicks this year and so forth.
Shaquille all right?
He's all right. He'll be fine. And so anyway, we just don't quite execute the way we need to be executing it.
That big 53 played a good ball game for them last night.
He played a really good football game.
He's a big kid, too.
Come back and run Trey there up the middle, and we're not able to get the linebacker blocked, so we pick up about 4, but not anymore, and we try to hit Ryan Lawson on the slant route there.
Ball was tipped, wasn't it?
It was. The linebacker, number 49, got his hands on the ball. So we're going to punt the ball back to him. And we're just, 3 and out, and just not very, very good at all by our offense. We not doing what we need to do. Part of that's Franklin County defense is playing well, but we just look disjointed on the offensive side of the ball.
That punt went as many yards on the ground as it did in the air.
It did. It got a great roll, and we needed that. And again, we're winning the field position battle, and that's probably the only thing that's got us even staying in the football game is that we are winning the field position battle.
Yeah, kicking game was great last night. All right, folks, what we're going to do is go to a few more commercial announcements here. And by the way, when you're out in the community and you see some of these folks who are sponsors to this show, stop by and say thank you, because folks, they're the ones that make it happen and keep this Wildcat football exciting in our town. The business people and the individuals who take their good money and put it behind this program to support our football team need to be thanked and congratulated for what they do. So every time you have an opportunity to do that, please do that. So we'll be right back after these messages.
The Gondola, located at 412 East Carroll Street, is Tullahoma's oldest pizza, pasta, and steakhouse, featuring all kinds of pizzas, calzones, pastas and steaks, chicken, pork, sandwiches, and seafood. Check out their daily specials on Facebook. And don't forget that on Saturdays there's ribs and smoked Boston. Add a great variety of appetizers and desserts. And come on in, y'all. Gondola has it all. For carry-out, call 455-9738. That's the Gondola Steakhouse, located at 412 East Carroll Street in Tullahoma.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, Family Practice Dentistry for 29 years.
They say you see the world different. It's like I see the miracle of life in even the smallest things. And that's what it feels like to survive. St. Thomas Heart performs the most heart procedures in the state. That experience means more survivors. For more than 40 years, they have been leaders in cardiac care. That's experience you can count on because you want to survive.
I'll give it to you just a minute. We open up the fourth quarter with Franklin County running a trap play right up the middle, trapping our tackle. And here they come back with a waggle or boot, whatever you'd like to call it. Quarterback decides to keep it. It's going to be the same play you see them use for the two-point conversion. And again, penalty there, so it makes it 1st and 15 against Franklin County. Great job, Will Sharpton. We needed some defensive linemen to be able to get off blocks and make plays, and you don't see it here in the fourth quarter. They throw a little screen pass here. We're converging on him, but not able to tackle him as quick as we'd like, but it still leaves him 3rd and 11. And Franklin County took a timeout. And here they come, and this time it's Luke Frederick. And that's a great job by the defense. And it was nice to see some defensive linemen making some plays there. That was really, really good, really big. Low punt, I thought we could maybe get this one and go with it, but good coverage by Franklin County. And we're not able to get to the wall. But we got good field position. We need to take advantage of it. Try running Trey right here. And looked like we were going to make more than we did. We run into 72 there and stops us for about a 3-yard gain. Come back, trying to throw hitch routes, and I don't know, we just didn't see it. And we threw it right to the outside linebacker. They try to run the double handoff, reverse, and we've got people right where they're supposed to be. 2nd down, this is a big series. Defense has got to bail us out. And great job, Cody Farr. It's a great one-on-one tackle. And I believe here comes a waggle, and we get good pressure, and have pretty good coverage there all the way across the field. Third down, long.
Yeah.
And they're going to try a throwback, and Austin Creasman's right where he needs to be. So fourth down, and the defense has done their job, and then the punter loses the handle on the ball, and Alan Starks and company make a huge play, give us a great field position. We start off trying to run Trey Burks, can't pick up any yardage there.
How you doing, big guy? You all right today?
Come back, we're gonna run what we call a dart, and the defensive tackle gets off his block and makes the tackle for a short gain, so we're in a big time third down play. And we're gonna hit Austin Creasman here on the slant and pick up the first down. Come back, Jared's only keep it there on the read, and he picks up another first down. And we try the quick pitch again to the right, and defensive tackle, I think it was, or inside linebacker just barely gets his feet, or he would have been in a foot race for that end zone. We get a penalty there for not having everybody set. And we're going to come back out right here and Jared keep it. Scramble for 4 or 5.
I was really proud of Jared during this time right here. You know, he had a rough night last night, and he absolutely shouldered this thing, and
we got a lot more intense right in here, and finally started getting after some people. Trey Burks is short. We're calling timeout. There's not any penalty there because we did call timeout. And here we're trying to draw them off again, but we jump, so we've got kicked field goal now, and Joseph Burke splits the upright, and it is 17-17, pressure kick, and good to see him put it through like he should. And again, good kickoff coverage. This time it'll be Zane Price.
Yeah, great job.
Making the tackle there. That's a great job by the kickoff coverage team. They're going to open up with a trap, if I remember right here. And they gain a little bit more yardage than we wanted to them before Marcus White makes the stop. And then we'll play pretty good defense here from here on. We miss him there in the backfield, but Luke Frederick hangs on to him for short gain, he and Cody Farr. And again, good job. Luke Frederick getting a hold of a foot there. Third down and 10. They're going to run a sweep right here. And he stays in bounds. We thought about calling our last time out, but decided just to play to overtime. Didn't want to give them another chance. Now in overtime, they do a coin toss. If you win the toss, you can choose. Go on offense, go on defense, or the end of the field that you want to play at.
One of those three options?
One of those three options. And so we're going to win the toss, and we're going to choose to go on defense first, because if you go on defense first, that tells you what you've got to do offensively.
Right.
And if they don't score at all, then you know you can kick a field goal to win the game. If they kick a field goal, you know you can score a touchdown. If they score a touchdown and it's fourth down for you, you got no choice. You got to go for the touchdown.
touchdown.
So you always want to go on defense first, in overtime. And we're very fortunate that we don't win this toss, because we hadn't won a lot of those tosses on overtime. And we don't choose to go on defense, and they don't choose to go down in front of their band to play, because you can see them pointing right now. We want to go that direction, and so that's what's going on. And so we'll go on defense first, and we're going to open up, and Nunley, who's been running up inside, is going to bounce this one wide and go all the way down to the 1 or 2 yard line before Marcus White and company are able to get him out of bounds. And they, again, I think somebody either moved, or I think the tackle may have moved that time. So backs them back out to the 6, but this time they'll run the same play, other direction, and they split us there and get the touchdown. A little too easy.
Yes, sir.
And so 24-17, we know what we got to do. We got to score a touchdown and either get 1 point or go for 2. And we're going to open up running Trey Burks on a counter trap ourselves. There's the trap. Sam Epley's leading downfield, and Trey Burks beats one guy out there, 1-on-1, and we're going to go to tie it up right here.
I bet that was a little bit easier than they had hoped it would be.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure they were on that sideline saying that was easy.
That was a great play.
And so it's 24-24, and we'll go to the second overtime. Now this time there is no coin toss. Since we went on defense first, it's going to be Franklin County's choice this time, and they'll choose to go on defense first. Well, means it's our choice which end of the field we want to be on, so we're going to go back down here in front of our band and get away from their band. And, you know, that's also the end of the field that he's got them turned around there. Now he's got it. And so anyway, that's also the end that we won on down there 2 years ago in a double overtime. We run the quick pitch here to Trey. Great block, Will Sharpton. And Zane Price has got the corner. And
2 plays, 2 touchdowns.
2 plays, 2 touchdowns. I'm sitting there wondering, where's that been all night long?
Really?
You know, why weren't we averaging 10 yards a play?
And that looked like a shot out of a shotgun right there. That extra point.
So now, 31-24, Franklin County's got to score. They're going to run Nunley right here, and he's going to pick up 4. As Sam Epley's got his legs wrapped up. They're going to come back, and they run Nunley the other direction, and it's Cody Farr that keeps him from getting any more yardage. He maybe gets a half yard. They're going to run Wells right here on the sweep into the boundary. And good job there, Cody Farr. Again, 2 big shots where they don't get any extra yards after he hits them. And now we're at 4th down, and good call by them because we fully expected it. Everything said they would probably be coming outside or running the bootleg waggle. And they are going to run the boot waggle right here, and you're going to see Sam Epley try to make a play on the quarterback that gets him spinning. So he can't extend the ball, and Dalton Cox knocks him out of bounds before he gets to that orange pylon, and Tullahoma Wildcats have won another wild game in Franklin County.
Franklin County. It almost makes you not want to go over there, you know, or to go for the great fun of it. What a night.
Well, all I can say is it's been 3 entertaining ball games down there over the last 6 years, and
it has been.
We're very fortunate that we've come out on the side where we get to enjoy the entertaining ball games. You know, I'm glad we escaped with the win. It sets us up for a big ball game in 2 weeks.
Huge. That will
Shelbyville
be
will come in here. We're both tied for 2nd in the district. the winner of that game will actually go up by 2 ball games on the other one. So it basically will, because there's only 2 district games left, that will settle who gets second place in our district and who gets to host a home football game in the first round of the playoffs. And so it's a huge ball game. That's what we wanted. We wanted to be able to win this one to set up the chance of us controlling our own destiny as far as getting a home playoff game. And if you get the first one at home, you never know from that time on, because it depends on who wins. But there's a good possibility it would be 2 home playoff games if we can. Shelbyville's got the same scenario. They win, they're going to be at home for probably the first 2 rounds, and maybe even longer, because they're allowed to be a 9-1 team. It's a huge ball game as far as things go, and it'll be in 2 weeks. We're just excited. It is going to be here at home. We didn't play real well against them last year. They played really well against us. We're on our fall break. We've given our guys some freedom over the next week here to.
I was just getting ready to ask that. Are you gonna? They have all week off?
No, we got
2 days.
We got 2 days of practice scheduled this coming week, so that they get a 4-day weekend in front of them and a 3-day weekend on the back end, and then the following week we will be back to business as usual, practicing on the same practice schedule we've been practicing on during the whole entire season. The only difference will be is the time of day. We'll try to bump it up a little bit, and we felt like we made a mistake last year, and part of it is that we have students that are taking Montlow courses while they're in high school. Well, if the Montlow courses are taught at the high school, they're on our schedule. But if the Montlow courses are being taken out at Montlow, they're on Montlow's schedule. Montlow's not on fall break.
No.
And so we have to schedule our practices around the young men that have classes out at Montlow. And it's a great program. I highly recommend it. My oldest son went off to school with 19 credit hours. I think it's a wonderful partnership between Tullahoma High School and Montlow Community College. And but it does make it a little bit different on us. We'd love to practice at about 9 o'clock in the morning, so we can make sure our guys are getting up out of bed and showing up, and then going to they can't stay up to all hours of the night. And I don't think our young men last year necessarily were out running around, because I think they were a pretty focused group. But I think they were going home and they'd get playing video games. The next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. Then they sleep in till 10 or 11, and then get up and come to practice.
The whole schedule's changed.
The whole schedule changed, and so hoping this time we do a little bit better. And it's a huge ball game. I look forward to having it, and I'm
Coach,
sure they look the same way.
We've been, we've played 2 pretty good football teams over the last 2 weeks who have not really had a great record, but they're good football teams.
They're good on the night we play.
On the night we've played them,
and
we've been fortunate to win those 2 ball games. It hadn't really seemed that everything has just been, meshed together like it should be, and like it has been several times during the season. And that's what we're going to need 2 weeks from this weekend.
That is correct.
We're going to need for our football team to be hitting on all cylinders and strutting like we know they can, and striding out there and looking good, standing tall, smiling.
That's right.
Stroking. And I tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to give our Players of the Week award, our Offensive Player of the Week. Is that what she's got up first? That's right. And this is brought to you by Gondola Pizza and Steakhouse out there, because they give each of these young men a free sirloin ribeye dinner for being chosen as this. And our offensive player this week, we had a lot of things happen during this ball game, but the one thing that had to happen to give us a victory last night was the kicking game had to be perfect. And it was.
It was.
And so Joseph Burke is our offensive player of the week this week. And we appreciate him for what he did, because that's not an easy job.
It's not.
When the pressure is on and you're the one guy standing there that's got to make the deal work, you can't hide.
That's correct.
And he stood tall. And on defense this week, for the effort he made, and glad to have him back and standing tall again and looking good and throwing the wood to him, Mr. Cody Farr, number 32, is our defensive player of the week. We had a lot of guys did great on defense. Dalton back there had a monster ball game as well, made that hit at the end. Will sitting back there, Will Sharpton, who made some big hits during that ball game. We're proud of all of you. And Cody Farr is our defensive player of the week. And our unsung hero, and these guys don't get talked about enough in football anywhere, usually, and it's the guys in the pits. And Luke Frederick last night made some plays at the time that they had to be made.
Both he and Will Sharpton both made some big
too.
plays. And anyway, you know, it was good to honor one of those guys. I know Will got honored last week, and so anyway, Luke Frederick, another senior captain.
Awesome cat.
Awesome cat.
Only one since the new change, isn't he?
That's correct.
And so Luke is a leader. He's worked hard, and he's one of those guys who is in the trenches down there. And we're gonna throw some kudos into the trench to you this week. Luke, good job, son. Our unsung hero. And Coach, have a safe week off, couple weeks off, and congratulations. These seniors have never been beat by Coffee County, never been beat by Franklin County, never been beat by Lincoln County.
I believe so.
And that's something to...
The rubber match with Shelbyville is coming up.
Yes, sir, you got it. And folks, you need to be there. Thanks for watching the show, and we'll see you next time, 2 weeks from now in Shelbyville, or in Tullahoma against Shelbyville. Thank you, and see you then.